What is going on, guys? Predator45 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Fractured Space, which is a game that I haven't featured in a very long time. In fact, I am pretty sure that 90% of my subscribers that I currently have were not around the last time I featured this game. But before we get into details about it, I might possibly have a game key to give away. This game, I think, will eventually be free to play, but since it's still in like early access beta, you have to pay to play it. It's not too expensive. I think it was $10 or so. Long story short, over the Christmas period, I was sent an email by the developer with a game key, but because I was away, I must have missed it. And I saw it the other day, which is part of the reason why I decided to download the game again and try it, with the intention of giving that key away to someone. Now, to enter, it is real simple. All you need to do is deposit $100 into my PayPal account, and I'm kidding, relax. All you need to do is leave a comment down below. I would obviously appreciate anyone to like and possibly subscribe, but all I'm going to look at is comments, and I'll pick one at random. Now, because this code is from December, I cannot 100% guarantee it's going to work, but I see no reason why it shouldn't. So leave a comment and maybe just watch this video and see if it does look interesting to you. So this game mode is one of the new features, because I haven't played this game in quite a long time. There's been numerous patches and content updates and that sort of thing. And this was one of the new game modes that arrived, because the normal game mode can actually take a long time. It can take, worst case scenario, up to 40 minutes for a game to be decided, but this is supposed to be their fast, quick game mode. So in the normal mode, on each side of the map there are two sectors, two lanes if you will. Each lane will have 3 resource points, which is the points you see in the middle of this map, as well as then each team will have a secondary base at each end of the lane, and you have to go and capture the enemy's secondary base before you can jump into their main base and win the match. In this game mode, each team has a single base at either end of the map, and then there are the 3 resource points in the middle. Basically, you need to go and capture those resource points, which will give your team resources. The quicker you get resources, the quicker your ships can be upgraded. Now, in order to do any upgrade, you have to return to your main base in this game mode, or one of the secondary bases in either of those lanes in the normal game mode, in order to get the upgrade. However, since the last time I played, they've changed it slightly. Level 1 in your first 2 upgrades, I think it is, will just be like passive bonuses, more health, slightly lower cooldown on your abilities and that sort of thing. But upgrade level 3 will let you choose to sort of like specialize that upgrade. You can see it on the left hand side of the screen above the chat. We can decide to specialize in attack, defense, or utility, and the upgrade will obviously work accordingly. And that will happen again at level 6, I believe, but once again I have to return to the main base in order to do it. But there's so much action going on that I won't do it until after I have been killed. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see all the different abilities of the ship. Left mouse button is my Sentinel smart gun, which basically, I guess you could say, fires almost like mini guided missiles. Right mouse button is rail rockets, so guided rockets again, I think. Ability number 1 is a thruster pulse, makes me more maneuverable and faster. 2 Harrier missiles, so lock on missiles. 3 recharge buoy, no idea what it does. 4 point defense lasers, and then 5 and 6 is for your jump drive. Now this game mode, one of the other interesting things about this game mode is that it puts you into a random ship. You cannot choose the ship you use. So this ship, I think it was called the Titan Sentinel, if memory serves. I had never played this ship before. I had no idea how to use it. All I had was, say, 30 seconds before the match started to just read over their brief description. They give you an idea of how to use it. They say it's maneuverable, it's a flanker, that sort of thing. And it's supposed to be quite fast. I didn't find it terribly fast and terribly effective at flanking, but I'm probably playing it completely wrong. And if anyone who is a more experienced Fractured Space player is watching this, they'll probably facepalm at watching me play this ship. But warning coming in from incoming missiles, so we do pop our point defense laser. You have to manually activate that, and it will also attack little fighters and drones if the enemy sends those at you. But this game This really is a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I decided to try it out again. And all of the updates and that sort of thing over time have improved it massively. I believe this is running Unreal Engine. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4. And here we're going to do a kind of alpha strike on this guy. As soon as we have line of sight, we fire our Harrier missiles and our rail rockets, and you can see we've just done massive damage, and we're going to continue to put hits into him with our smart gun. And are we going to be able to finish him off? Indeed we are. There's our first kill. We managed to end what's under your killed's life. So now I'm in a bit of trouble. I got a couple of ships shooting at me, trying to lock onto this guy and fire at him. I did mess up a little bit here. I should have used my thruster pulse to try and get out of the area a little bit faster. But I don't think I saw that it was ready, and it is going to cost me my ship. Just going to continue putting some fire, and there we go, we are dead. So as you can see, when you die, there's a respawn timer. 30 seconds to go, so I'm just going to cut forward a little bit, and I'll rejoin you just before we spawn back in. So with 10 seconds till we spawn back in, let's talk about some of the UI. If you look at the very top, 5 minutes 23, time remaining in the battle. On either side of that is 2 large circles with a number in it. You can see the one on the left says 0, which is our base. One on the right is the enemy base, 17%. We've captured 17% of their base. On either side of that is a smaller circle with a number inside it, 5. And then obviously a solid line around the outside which builds up. That is the upgrade level, and you can see we're level 5. We choose our first upgrade, which is attack, but the enemy is also level 5, but we're about to be level 6 because we've had more of the resource points. As we get to level 6, I was still within my main base. I should have immediately upgraded once again, but I didn't notice in time, so I'm going to move out a little bit and then have to turn around and go back to upgrade once again. And then, yeah, obviously got your mini-map, standard thing. This guy jumps. I'm not sure entirely why, but probably because he didn't want to die. So yeah, I'm going to turn around and head straight back to within the zone, my base zone, where I will be able to upgrade. But one of the things they really have improved a lot on this game since the last time I played is, then we're going to jump to the right flank, is the graphics. It was always quite a good looking game, but it wasn't quite as good looking as this, and they've done a lot of optimization work. It runs a lot better. The only thing I really think they still need to work on is the servers, because this was an EU server, ping of nearly 300, and it was quite laggy, and it wasn't just for me. There were a lot of people complaining about the lag. Server population is also quite low at the moment. Doing a kind of alpha strike on this Chimeri 66 guy. He was the guy who originally killed us, so we're going to try and get some sweet, sweet revenge. You can have different crew members. You don't have to have Captain Jingles. In fact, you probably won't have him. It was kind of a reward for playing one weekend a few months ago. Fire off our rail rockets, and those managed to finish him off. Proper revenge. He killed us, we killed him, and that was our second kill of the match. So we're just trying to descend a bit and get within the capture zone of this resource base and recapture it for our team. Black Aspen is coming in, firing off everything, and you can see when you do this kind of like alpha strike, really is a lot of damage. And you'll notice from time to time, he's firing missiles now, that it will come up like there and say left, right, front, rear, top, bottom, and we managed to get that kill as well. And that's basically indicating, to my knowledge, where their armor has been destroyed. So if it says, and here we're going to jump back towards base because there are some enemies putting pressure on our base. If it says top and you're above them firing down, their armor is weak or destroyed on the top of their ship, and you'll do more damage. We're going to fire in everything we have on this guy, and again, you can see really big damage, and his bottom armor was destroyed. So we're just going to keep firing as soon as everything is ready. And there is a normal sort of progression within this game. There's a tech tree for, I think there's 3 different companies. There's Titan, USR, and a third one. I'm not sure what the third one's name is. And each of them will have a number of ships, and you can unlock each ship as usual while playing the one before it. I believe the developer has said that there's not going to be too much grind. It's not going to take too long. Jingles recently did a video on this as well. At least he brought it up in Mingles with Jingles. And I think he said there that the developer had stated that to get your favorite ship, like the best ship in any line, is not really going to take you more than 10 games or so. But then again, when you consider here, we're going to use our thruster pulse just to try and get within range a bit quicker. With the game time potentially of up to 40 minutes in the standard game mode, that can still take a while, but it is still fun to play, and I really did enjoy messing around with this. It can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. Again, you know, teams are random, you can sometimes get shit teams, and especially in the main game mode where it can take 40 minutes and you can play 40 minutes and get defeated. This is a little bit of a bummer. We're going to fire everything again at this Chimeria guy, and you can see it's coming up. His front arm is down, his bottom and left I think as well. Someone else manages to get the kill. I'm still getting used to the controls, because it's to ascend is space, to descend is control, to bring up your jump map is shift, and for some reason I keep hitting shift to descend. Maybe I should actually switch them around. So occasionally I keep bringing up my jump map by accident, and it has actually cost me. One time I also somehow managed to order a jump when I didn't really want one. So we're going to fire at what's under my kill, to just jumped in behind us. And as you can see, there's now less than 30 seconds left in this game mode, and what happens when that timer runs out, if neither base has been destroyed, it goes into sudden death. Normal sudden death, once you're destroyed you're out, and the last man standing is the winning team. More fire coming in from Black Aspen again, and there's one thing that's really cool is that there's numerous different types of ships in this game. There's big, slow ships that take a lot of damage and do a lot of damage, but then they're quite vulnerable to like long-range sniper class ships because they can't get out of the way or find cover in time. Fortunately, we don't get that guy either. There's small, fast, nimble ships that are more for like brawling. There's stealth ships. There's one that I haven't played in quite a long time, but that one can like cloak and go invisible. So there really is something for everyone, and there's only the 2 game modes, only 2 game maps as far as I know. I don't really know how they're going to be able to do like a wide variety of maps with the style of gameplay. But it's still really enjoyable, and if this has looked at all fun to you, I really do highly recommend leaving a comment down below and seeing if you can snag the game key. Again, I cannot 100% guarantee it's going to work, but I see no reason why it shouldn't. So thankfully an ally here is using heal drones to heal us back up. If you look to the left of like the center UI, you can see there's a bar that says 12,355 right now. That's our health. On the right is energy. Not entirely sure what that's for, but as I say, I haven't played this game in a very long time. Gonna fire everything at this guy again, and again getting some really good damage. His left arm is down. We're taking some more fire, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about the sudden death, because a match I played before this, and I didn't pop my point defense lasers in time, but my team had done really well. We had held all 3 resource points for most of the match. We had gotten their base capture to about 97% and went into sudden death, and it was then that we started losing ships and the enemy team won, which is a little bit crappy, but I suppose, you know, it happens, and we should have played better in the sudden death mode. So also with the different ships you get different abilities. Like some ships get healing drones, some ships can disable enemies' weapons. We've obviously got Harrier missiles and rail rockets and recharge buoy, but every ship is really quite different, and unfortunately we don't get that kill either. So there's a lot of variety here, and a lot of ships I don't really know how to use. But I think we're just putting fire into this guy, and I think he's the last guy, and we managed to finish him off, and that is the last kill. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up button, and consider subscribing for more World of Warships Armored Warfare, and possibly some more Fractured Space in the future. Don't forget to leave a comment and enter to try and win the game key. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.